studying about demand and demand related concept. So now we are going to see the supply side. So supply side is like from the producer or from the seller's point of view. Okay, so how they will be behaving, like until like whatever that we saw, it is as a consumer, like how we will be behaving. And again, like if we are going to be the producer, then how we will be behaving in a different circumstances. And this is what is projected in the society, like this is what is seen in a society. So like at a macro level, at an economic as an economy as a whole, if you take, this is what is being projected, like this is what we know actually. So until what we saw is the behavior of the consumer, now we are going to see the behavior of the producer, and then we will see market equilibrium. With that, the second module gets over. And I will try to finish the third module also in the next week. So we will have all the three modules for your CAT 1. Okay. Material, I'm sorry, yesterday I was working on, but I was not able to upload the material. By this weekend, like Saturday, Sunday, I will see that the material is available for you people. So with that, like I'm continuing. So the law of supply. So until like we saw law of demand, so now it is law of supply. So here the law of supply is again the relationship between the price and the quantity supplied. So here until now it was quantity demanded, we were saying. So now like what is the relationship between the price and the quantity supplied? So how they will be supplying it in the market. So normally producers, like any person, one who have undertaken the business, the motive behind it is like they want to get a profit out of it. So the profit they want to earn. So everyone, like everyone are the same. Like we cannot say that like the businesses started for providing a welfare to the people. Like the main motive will be profit, and after that, like they will be having some other characteristics, like yeah, they want to provide a service to the people, something like that. But the main motive will be profit. So as they work on getting more of profit, what happens is like when the price is very high, they will be ready to supply more, because that time they will be getting more profit, no, so they will be ready to supply more. In the same way, when the price is very low, they will not be supplying it. Why? Because they are not going to get it. So that is the concept of suppliers. So that is what law of law of supply also. So law of supply, it states that all other factors being equal, again here also, like supply is not only determined by price alone. There are many other factors which determines the supply of any commodity. Like it can be a good or a service, but there are other factors. So keeping all other factors being equal or constant, when the price of a good and services is taken, and a relationship between price and the quantity supplied is studied, this what will be working on. So the when the price of the goods increases, the quantity of supply which like the quantity of goods which the supplier is ready to supply will also be increasing. And when the price is low, at that point the suppliers will not be ready to supply the commodity in the market. So this is what is law of supply. So law of supply diagrammatically, like if you want to represent, this is how the supply curve will be. This blue line is the supply curve. So and normally it will be an upward sloping curve which states that there is a positive relationship between the price and the quantity supplied, whereas in law of demand it will be inverse. So there is a negative relationship between the price and quantity demanded there, but here it is having a positive relationship. So you can see an upward sloping curve, which is a supply curve. So supply curve will always be an upward sloping curve. So you can see that here, like when the price is P1, the supplier will be ready to supply Q1 of commodity in the market. When the price increases to P2, again they will be increasing their supply to Q2. And when the price increases to P3, they will be increasing it again to Q3 level. So as the price increases, they will be supplying more. Why? Because again, the basic motive of any businessman is to get a profit, so they will be doing this. So this is what the supply curve is. So normally this is how a supply curve will be. So what are the factors that influences supply? So as we have lot of factors which determines the demand. So here supply factor also is there. So supply, again, the very first thing, as we were discussing right now, the price, like the main function or the primary function of, or the factors which influences the supply will be the price. So supply is always a function of price, and it has a very direct relationship. So when the price increases, the supply will also be increasing. So this is the very first one. So we have seen this. So the next one is the prices of other goods. Okay, so the prices of other goods, as we were seeing supplementary, complementary, all those things. Here we don't have complementary commodity or substitute commodities and all. But relatedly, when the price of other commodity increases, we will have a tendency of shifting towards that particular commodity. Like if you take agriculture sector, if someone is having a 10 acres of land, and normally he used to cultivate rice in it, and suddenly he found that in the market there is a very huge demand for wheat, and the wheat price has risen too much. He will make a comparison between producing rice and wheat, and if it is going to be profitable for him to produce wheat, means then automatically he will be shifting towards wheat cultivation. Okay, so that what happens from the suppliers, like it can be from the basic agriculture product to any other product. Even a person, one who is doing a particular business, again, in that particular business is itself, like if suppose the clothes substitutes, if they are having a very good demand, if they are having a hike in the prices, the people, the supplier will shift it to that particular product. Why? Because it is having a high prices, and he will be getting a more profit in it. So this shifting of supply will happen when there is a change in the prices of the other goods. So some related goods, substitute goods, or like normally we know, like in modern days, all the goods are having a close substitute. So normally we will go to the product which is having a high demand, or the product which is having a high prices. Again, even the consumer having a mentality that a product which is having a high price will be having a very good quality, like it will be a very good quality product, that's why the price is very high. So that is what is there in the minds of the people. So automatically when the price of other goods changes, even the supplier whose motive is to get a profit, he will also be shifting towards that particular commodity. So that also determines the supply in the market. And the prices of the factors of production. So factors of production means, actually in economics we have four factors of production. So they are like land, labor, capital, and organization. Organization means the enterprise, the entrepreneur, one who is doing the business. So these are the four factors of production. So these four factors of productions are paid with remunerations. So land is being paid with rent, labor is being paid with wages, capital is being paid with interest, and the entrepreneur or the organization is being paid with a profit. So these are the remuneration that they are going to get it. So these are the basic four factors of production. But like if when it is formed as a theory, like you can see that in the traditional methods, in traditional theories, land and labor will be like considered as the two important factors, and all the theories which were framed during that particular time, like you can see only land and labor as the factor of production. But after that, like when there were development in the concept, so all the new theories after mainly, like you can take like after this Great Depression, 1930 Great Depression, you can see that like the theories will not be taking land and labor as the factors, but labor and capital as the factor. So all the factors will be brought under these two category. One is labor separately, and the capital, like whatever that you can get it from money, that other than labor, all the other factors are put as a capital, and labor and capital will be taken to make a study. But these are the factors of production that you should know, like factors of production in a simple language, all the inputs that is used in the production process. So that is what is the factors of production. So when the prices of these factors of production increases, so might be the raw material, the transportation cost, the marketing cost, the labor cost, the capital cost. When the prices of these factors increases, automatically there will be an increase in the cost of production. So when there is an increase in the cost of production, it means that you will not be able to produce the commodity at a lower cost. The cost of production, when it increases, the profit that you are going to gain it will be getting reduced automatically. Supplier will be happy with the high prices, but he will not be happy with the high cost of production. Why? Because high cost of production will consume all the profit that he is going to get it from that business. So when the cost of production is very high, when it is increasing, they will not be supplying more in the market. But in the same place, when the cost of production, when the raw materials are available at a very cheaper rate, then they will be making more production and they will be trying to supply it more. Why? Because there the profit will be in a huge margin. So cost of like the factor prices is very important. Why? Because that also decides their profit level. So when the prices of these factors of productions are increasing, it indirectly increases the cost of production, which will be reducing their profit. So at that time, the producer will not be supplying more in the market. So that how you have to relate it. So these is another factor which influences the supply. And then comes the state of technology. So state of technology means the techniques that is being used in the production process. Like if you are if you are using outdated technology, then which means that outdated technology will not be giving you much of production. So it will be just increasing your cost of production alone. So again, cost of production, if it increases, the supplier will not be ready to supply more. So outdated technology, if they are using, that will be increasing their cost of production, the supply will be less. If they are using updated technology, a very modern technology and up-to-date technology means, then that will be leading to a reduction in the cost of production. So when the cost of production is low, the supplier will be willing to supply more. Why? Because he will be earning a huge profit. So technology also plays an important role, and advanced and improved technology, if it comes into, the suppliers will be using those technology and they will be ready to supply more of commodity in the market. So nowadays technology is very important. Why? Because it is considered as one of the most important factor which brings a profit to the suppliers. And then comes the government policy. Government policy, it can be anything related to the business firm. So whatever the policy that they are doing related to business firm, or like something like a taxation policy. So again, like when we talk about taxation, it is not only tax, imposing tax on businesses. Even some concessions will be given by the government, subsidies will be given by the government, incentives will be given by the government for certain sectors. Certain sectors, in the sense, again, the company or the firm which is getting involved in the production of export goods. Okay, so through which, like, we will be earning a very good income back, like there will be an income flow into our economy, that will be appreciated by the government. Again, like the firms which is involved in producing the commodities which is mostly imported by our economy. Like for example, India, if you take, if India is importing a particular product from other sources, that will be very costlier for India. And again, when there is an import making, like import happening in India, it means that like a lot of money flows out of Indian economy. So that is not considered as a good sign, and that will be bringing an imbalance in the balance of payment. So for that reason, if a firm is getting involved in producing such a commodity, the government will be providing subsidies, incentives. Even if not in this firm, they will be giving tax holidays, like for first 5 years, like there is no need of them to pay any taxes. Likewise, some sort of like benefits will be given by the government. So taxation is also there, and these types of benefits is also there. Like government does both the things. So both the things, like taxation means like the company has to pay to the government. So there the company will not be interested on. Whereas the other things like the subsidies, incentives, or like getting a tax holidays, these will be motivating them to produce more and supply more. Why? Because they are going to get a very huge profit. But in the same case, like if the government is going to impose a heavy tax on the production, then heavy tax means whatever the profit that you are going to get, it is going to be handed over to the government in the form of a tax. So there their production will be less. So the supply depends upon how the government is going to support you, and actually how the government is going to support you depends upon what type of commodity that you are going to producing. So that determines, so that you have to see, like in that cases they will be working more. Again, like wherever the producer is going to get a profit, he will be getting involved in it, and there will be a high supply in that particular area. So this is another factor. So here also you can see the supply is being influenced. And then comes finally the goals and the objectives of the firm. So what is the goal of the firm? What is the objectives of the firm? Based on that also the supply is determined actually. Again, like objectives, goals, as I said, everyone will be profit motivated only. The very first point is profit. So default, like blindly you can say that the very first goal or objective of any firm will be the profit. So apart from this, leave this profit, and apart from that, like what are the other objectives, if you see, from that, like you can like decide upon whether they will be supplying more or not. Certain firms will be like they want to supply more of goods and services to this society, like to the people. So for them, creating a huge sale. Okay, so by selling more maximum, like they want to sell their product maximum, so sales maximization will be their objective. That is there. Revenue maximization will be an objective, sales maximization will be an objective, service maximization station will be an objective. So likewise, if their objectives is going to be bringing in a huge sale, then they will be supplying more. If they are not for that, they just need a maximum profit, they will stop at the point where they reach a maximum profit. So this can be actually this goal, actually this can be explained with Boehmer's sales maximization theory, but I don't think whether that is there for you people. But through that, like we can decide whether the company will be selling more or not. Again, I have touched it. I just want to show you. I don't know whether I'm having it. Yeah, I'm having. Okay. This is like, can you see the screen? Say yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is what is I was telling, no, revenue maximization and sales maximization stages. Like you can see here, like this is the revenue, cost, and profit along the y-axis, and the output along the x-axis. Okay. So the this TP is the profit. that total profit that like what to say, a company is going to get. So this is the total profit line, and here you can see the revenue curve and the cost curve, like the what is the cost involved in it and how the revenue it is going to be, total values are there. So this is what is the company's position. Okay, so B is a point which says that the company is at a maximum revenue, like maximum profit point. This is a total profit, no? So the B point is a maximum profit point. So the company which is working for maximum profit, maximization of profit, no, they will stop their production at OQ level itself. Okay, why? Because for them maximum profit is the intention. So they will, once they reach that peak, they will stop there itself. Beyond that, they will not be making any production. That is, the maximum that they are going to produce in a year will be only this amount. This amount they will be retaining throughout their periods. Why? Because they are getting a maximum profit. But in the same case, the company which is working for maximum sales, what they will do it is like, they will see that they don't go this MP is the marginal profit line. Okay, so this is a reasonable line, so you should not come beyond this, below this actually. So this is a marginal profit line. So they will see that they are reaching at this point, so they will go up to C level. Okay, so at sea level only they are equal. Below sea only it is not a favorable condition. So they will see that they have reach up to sea level. So instead of producing OQ, they will be producing OD, which shows that they are in a safer position. They are getting a maximum profit. In the same way, they are selling maximum output to the people. So this is what is say Bobon's theory. Actually, it is related with sales actually. So likewise, if a company is motivated towards maximum sales, they will go up to OD level, not they will not stop at OQ level. So likewise, what is the objective of a firm, that will decide upon how much to supply it in the market. This is completely a pure economic concept, which will be decided by the based on the objectives of the company. So that is the concept here. Again, so based on that, whether the company is working for a profit motivation or a sales motivation, so based on that they will be supplying. So but these all are the factors that influences the supply of any commodity, any goods and services in a market. So the price of that particular commodity and the price of other related commodities, the price of the factors or the inputs that is used in the production process, the state of technology and the government policy, and finally what is the objective of the firm. Based on that they make the supply. So these are the factors that influences the supply, and supply curve will always be in a upward sloping curve, which shows the direct relationship between the price and the quantity supplied in the market. So this is the like supply side. So now we have seen demand, and then we have seen supply. So related to this, we have a market equilibrium. Okay, so market equilibrium is this. So here you can see, so there is the demand curve. This D curve is the demand curve and S is the supply curve. So they are two different opposite forces, and this D is from the consumer's point of view and S is from the suppliers or the producers point of view. So a market will come to an equilibrium point where at the place where this supply and demand are equal to each other. So here at this point, this we call it as an equilibrium point. This is the market equilibrium where the demand and the supply curve intersect each other. So when they come to an equilibrium, what the market will do is that they will fix the price as OP1, and for this OP1 price level, they will be ready to supply OQ1 amount of commodity, and the same way OQ1 will be demanded by the people. So the demand and the supply will get equated at this point. So based on that, they will fix the prices and they will be selling prices in the market. So this is what is we call it as a market equilibrium. Again, like why this? Because like this is what we will be seeing in the market. So market means like you take a normal vegetable market or a normal fruit market. Okay. So this is an example of perfect competition. So when you go there, like you can see that they will be bringing some commodities to the marketplace. So based on how the demand is there, they will be changing the prices. That you can see. Like if there is a less demand on a particular day, like if it is, likewise if it is a rainy season, people will not be coming to the market. So that time what they will do is that already the commodities has been brought into the market, like already some cost has been spent on the transportation of those commodity. So if they have to take it back again, a transportation cost is involved in it, and which is not a profitable one for them. So what they will do it is based on how many people are coming on that particular day. Like if the people are not coming, if the people is very minimum, when the consumer is very minimum, then they will reduce the prices. Why? Because by reducing the prices they can attract more of demand. So already in the place of 100 customers or consumers, only 10 customers or consumers are there in the field, actually in the market. So what they will do is do it is like they will reduce the prices, so that they will make these 10 customers to buy more of, uh, through which like they can compensate the loss. And in the same way, if suddenly if they see that in the place of 100 people, if 200 people are coming into because like might be like it is a very good day, and people might have got a salary or some increment, something like that. So in the place where like normally it used to be 100 customers, now if it is having 200 customers, then they will see that there is a very huge demand for the product, but already they have brought only a particular amount of. So what they will do it is like they will rise the prices to the maximum, and who can get it for that rise in price, they will buy and they will go and they will get adjusted with. So this is what actually happens in the market. Like you can see, like this is what is visible, this is what we have seen actually. So when we are seeing that there is a very huge demand, the prices will be getting up, and when there is a very low demand, the prices will be going down. Why? It is because this is an act which is being done by the supplier. So that is what is explained here. So like you likewise you can take here. So the D is the demand curve and S is the supply curve, and this is the equilibrium price. But you take it as it is not an equilibrium price, but there is a price P2 fixed on, which means that Q1 is the supply, whereas Q2 is the demand. Okay, excess of demand. So people are coming more in number, and we are not able to supply. So again, like it is a very short period, like we cannot again improve the supply immediately. So the shift in supply is not at all possible. So movement in supply is alone is possible. So what they will do it is they will be rising their prices from OP2 to OP1. So slowly what happens is some people will not be demanding for that high prices. So slowly the demand will come down, and they will be supplying more whatever that they are having it as an excess. And then once again they will come to an equilibrium point where the demand and supply will meet each other. In the same way, reversely will also happen. There is an excess supply, but the demand is not happening. As I said, the rainy day, so they have an excess supply, but the demand is not happening. So attract more of demand. They will reduce the prices from OP2 to OP1. So when they are reducing the prices, even like if I'm going to be there in the market as the price has come down, what I will do it is like in the place of buying 1 kg, I will be buying 2 kg, and I will be coming on. So I will be rising my demand. Slowly the demand will get increased, and like it will get again compensated, and once again they will be reaching to the equilibrium point. So equilibrium point means whatever they have brought, they want to sell it. So whatever they are in the market, how much they want to supply, they will be coming with that plan and to equate it with the demand. That is selling the complete product in the market will be their main aim. So for that, what price it will be a reasonable one, that price they will be fixing it. I have seen all these things in the local market also. So initially, if the market is working in between the time from evening from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock means 3 o'clock if you go, yes, the vegetables will be fresh and again the prices will be little bit more. But when you go nearer by 8 o'clock, like that is 7:30, 8 o'clock and all to the vegetable markets or fruit markets I'm talking about. If you go there, they will be in urge of finishing their product. They have brought certain products, so they want to finish that one. So what they will do it is that they will give it at a very low prices and they will try to settle that, and whatever they have brought it, they will sell it and they will move. That point is called as the equilibrium point actually. Okay. So this is what is market equilibrium, and this happens in a perfect competitive market. So in market equilibrium, there can be an excess demand and there can be an excess supply. So how they get adjusted, that is what is seen in the market. Okay, so this is a concept of market equilibrium. Again, students, please be careful while reading all these things. Consumer equilibrium is different. Okay, consumer equilibrium is it is based on his satisfaction level and the budget line. So indifference curve price line is taken, and that intersection point we call it as a consumer equilibrium. This one is a market equilibrium. In market, demand and supply are the two different forces which get equated, and how they are getting adjusted, that is what is market equilibrium. So when there is a question being put on, please be clear and give the answer what is actually needed at that point of time. Okay, so please try to understand the concept and then provide the answer.